Hello, my name is Linda, also known as Torta Jala around the internet, and I love creative journaling and all things stationery. So, if you haven't already seen the announcement, this year is the 20th anniversary of Traveler's Company, Traveler's Notebooks, and in celebration, they are releasing a limited edition Traveler's Notebook set in brown and black colors in what they call a card size. And the idea is that it's even smaller than the passport size that they currently have. The set is going to come with the cotton zipper insert, a paper card file, and some branded inserts as well. So it's not bad if you're looking for a new pocket or everyday carry kind of notebook. It sort of includes everything that you are going to need to start out. Now, as a petite woman myself, I've always chuckled at notebooks that are called pocket size because they are still too big to fit in my pocket, especially if it's hardcover. It's far from being truly pocketable and comfortable for me. This is probably because in the EDC world, it seems to be more of like a thing for men, and men's pockets are just larger in general when it comes to apparel, from jackets to jeans and pants. Now, granted, women often have purses, or you might be someone that has a work bag anyway, so you should be able to carry a notebook with you regardless. But just for example, when I walk my dog, I don't really bring my usual giant purse full of many things that I might need when I'm out and about with my family and kids. But those daily walks are precisely the moments when random ideas will like pop into my head. It would actually be the use case of when I should go analog and use my pocket notebook to take notes instead of scrolling on my phone as I'm most guilty of doing most of the time. So when Traveler's Company announced this card-sized notebook, I was really excited and pleasantly surprised. I definitely pre-ordered. Also because, yes, this is going into collector's territory. I do have the mini TN from the 10-year anniversary, and I realize that is like completely a novelty item, but I had to add this card size to my collection because even though it could be novelty, I do want to try and use it as my EDC. I don't think that it's too small. It seems to be in line with like the plotter mini size. For those that use like rings, it's basically like M5 planner sized, right? The card sized traveler's notebook is like the M5 traveler's notebook in my mind. It's like a nano size. For those of you who have been around the stationery world for a while, I'm sure you might have heard about it already. Independent makers of traveler's notebook covers have explored like all the sizes, and the nano size does already exist. Now, the release date for the card size set is scheduled for late April. So I don't know when I'm going to have that in my hands to use. But I'm very impatient, so I thought it would be a good experiment to test out the size by making a DIY version to experiment with right now. You obviously don't have to buy a branded traveler's notebook cover. If you're a bit crafty, just make your own. You can truly make any size that you want. I'm actually a fan of more of the like standard sizes because they follow the size of paper that we have here in Europe. We use A4 size paper, so if you have that, if you fold it in half, you get A5 size. If you fold it in half again, you get A6. And if you fold it in half yet again, that is A7, which is essentially the card size. So using these standard sizes, it just makes it so that you don't have to trim papers and have offcuts that you have to, throw away, recycle, if you're into making your own inserts. And that goes for ring planners and notebooks in general. I always thought it was like odd that the personal planner size has this funky paper size that does not fit into any kind of paper. So you're always going to have offcuts if you make your own inserts or make your own, paper notebooks and things like that. So I just think it's so much easier to work with the standard paper sizes, A4, A5, A6, and the card size for me would be like A7. So in a previous video, I shared my DIY process of making Louise Carmen inspired trifold covers. This was one of the attempts. It was during the time when I was combating FOMO during the whole Louise Carmen trend and frenzy where everybody was buying one and unboxing one. So I just made a bunch of my own covers to play around with, and thankfully it worked because I did not buy a Louise Carmen. I sort of realized that I don't really like trifolds. So this little mini one I made has lots of flaws and mistakes because I was just starting out. And I thought, let me just cannibalize it and turn it into a draft version of the to be released Traveler's Notebook in card size. When I went to check the measurements on the official website, it seems that the card size leather cover is going to be like exactly an A7 sized piece of paper, like the whole cover itself. There's really only just a few millimeters of breathing room on the top and bottom. So it seems that they have decided to make the card size cover itself an A7 size. So the papers inside are actually going to be smaller. So if you plan to use A7 sized paper in the card size, it means that it's going to be completely flush, or obviously it's going to stick out a little bit because the card size traveler's notebook is going to have, the cotton insert, the card file, all of that kind of stuff. Um, I think that it's okay in a sense, even though I know that it bothers some people to have overhang. I actually don't mind it, and I would most probably just take an A4 sized sheet of paper and cut it down to size so that I could make my own A7 sized inserts to put into the cover. So if you check like a Plotter Mini 5, it's actually big enough to accommodate a 7 size paper. So this card size is truly going to be like minimal. And so it's something to keep in mind that there are slight differences in sizing. It's like millimeters, but it's going to be a tight fit if you really want to use like A7 sized notebooks, because they do sell the small A7 sized notebooks. Midori has like a really little one. It's very cute. I suppose Traveler's Company did this because they thought the card size would actually be more like a wallet. So maybe you're just having like little scrap papers inside that would be for scratch notes rather than any kind of like, permanent planner kind of thing. So for my purposes, I'm going to use this as an EDC. So the paper, they truly are just like scratch notes because they will be consumed, used, and eventually all go into paper recycling. So I'm fast forwarding like a whole bunch of footage that I took because I was tinkering with this experiment. I thought I was going to upcycle the mini trifold and make it a card sized traveler's notebook. I basically eliminated the trifold nature, and I spent a lot of time experimenting and eventually didn't like the results in the end. Like I was trying to make a pen loop. First, I was trying to use the trifold extra leather bit to make a slit and stick my pen inside, but it was unwieldy and not working. Then I decided to cut a little piece of leather and try to make like a little pen loop on the front cover that would make it more secure to attach a pen, because it seemed very flimsy if I were to just stick a pen under the elastic. Using it that way just didn't seem very secure, and it seemed really clunky if I'm truly going to stuff this into my pocket. I do have a lot of pocket pens to choose from, so I was sort of like, playing the Goldilocks game, trying to find out what pen I would want to use and how it would fit together. Ultimately, I scrapped it all because I did not like the end result. And I abandoned the whole cover because it just went a little bit too wild with my experiments. And I realized that adding the leather bits and pen loops and all that kind of stuff, it wouldn't actually be a good prototype because the traveler's notebook card size is not going to have that. I guess because I don't have the cloth insert, I'm not, getting the full usage out of it right now. But I thought, let me just go back to the drawing board and start with something simple so that I could trial it out before getting the actual Traveler's Company version at the end of April. So, back to the drawing board, I decided to just start over. I found a piece of dark brown leather scrap. It's thicker, but it's definitely maybe a little bit too floppy to be used as a cover. But I'm just using scraps that I have. I don't actually have any professional leather making tools or advanced skills. I'm just doing what I can with what I have. And hopefully, we'll be able to make a prototype of sorts that I can use right now before the actual official Traveler's Notebook one releases and arrives at my doorstep. So I'm basically using the previous animal print one as a guide, as well as a sheet of A6 paper. I try to measure things out to the best of my ability, but I am someone that sort of eyeballs things, so maybe you should not do what I do. The proper way to do it is to create a template of your cover with paper. Then you can use that template on top of your leather so that you cut once without making any mistakes. Especially when it comes to punching holes in the right spot, you really want to follow your template and guide so you don't make any, fatal mistakes. So I completely understand why a template totally makes sense. I'm just too lazy and I free-handed it all. I'm basically just cutting a piece of leather to the right size, and I do round the corners to give it a slightly like finished look. And at this point is when I realized that I need to go find new elastic because the elastic I used on the animal print mini trifold, it's off-brand, I think, and it didn't seem to be very stretchy for some reason. I had also glued like a spot in the center, so it was like stuck together. It was just not reusable. So I went into my traveler's notebook stash. I have lots of extra elastics and the repair kit as well. So I got a dark, I think black colored matching elastic for the leather cover, and these are either Traveler's Notebook elastics or Paper Republic elastics. Those are the two that I have in my stash, and they are both very good quality and stretchy in my experience. So if you buy elastics from another place, just make sure you test it and it stretches as you expect because there are some off-brand kind of versions that don't seem stretchy enough for my taste. So the Traveler's Notebook actually puts the closing band elastic on the back cover, and I know some people don't like it because it creates like a little bump. Oftentimes, when I make my own covers, I will move that hole into the binding area, but that means that you have a knot in the binding area, and that could also dent or sort of eat into your inserts that you have there. So give or take, it depends what your preferences are. In this case, I decided just to duplicate exactly what the official Traveler's Notebook would be. So I punched a hole in the back cover and put the closure elastic there. I am eyeballing this again, but eventually it all worked out. I'm going to fast forward some parts because it was a whole process to get the elastic through the holes. It was like 15 minutes of excruciating struggles, crafting struggles, I guess. But yeah, it's a very simple setup when I finally got it all figured out. An elastic strung through the band, like the center area for the binding, and then the closure elastic on the back. I know that the official Traveler's Notebook, it actually has that metal piece on the upper part of the binding. I actually do have an extra one because it comes in the repair kit, but I was too lazy to go find like my pliers and hammer and all that kind of stuff, so I just made a knot instead of using that. So finally, I was able to successfully make myself a card-sized traveler's notebook. The leather, again, is probably a little too floppy to be a cover. I suspect that the real Traveler's Notebook one is going to be more stiff leather, like all of my other Traveler's Notebooks, to hold up as like a cover. But I think this will be okay for now. I have put a piece of cardboard on, like hardboard on the inside to give it a little bit more structure. And originally, I was contemplating using a pencil. Um, and I also realized after my whole like pen loop exploration trying to like solve that problem, I realized that in actual use, more often than not, I would actually just clip the pen into the spot where I last wrote and then just close my notebook. So I would smash the pen in the middle like this rather than putting it in another, elastic or pen loop. So maybe this is actually better. It is much more realistic of a use case for me, and this also makes it so that your pen is on the inside and it isn't going to get like caught when you try to stuff this whole card-sized notebook into your pockets. So you can see by comparison, I have a traveler's notebook in the passport size on the right-hand side, so you can see the difference in size here. And yeah, the card size is definitely more pocketable. I can fit it in my pocket more easily rather than trying to like carefully stuff it in. So I'm happy with the results so far. So now let me just do a couple of comparisons with a more zoomed out camera so that you could see all the size differences. I have my DIY card sized one. Then there's the Traveler's Train that is a black passport size. And then this is the Road Trip in the standard size. So now you can see all three Traveler's notebooks and how they compare in size. The passport and standard size are part of the permanent collection, so you can always buy those, but just in the standard colors. These are obviously special editions because they have the special embossing on them, and the card size that is releasing in April is also going to be limited since it is only for the 20th anniversary. But here you can see all three just to get a good look at the size comparisons. So I'm excited to try out this new mini card size to see if it will work for me as an EDC. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching and seeing my whole DIY debacles and experimentations. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more stationery videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for watching, wishing you a lovely day, and until next time, bye.